Let's shift our focus now. Russian President Vladimir Putin has held a meeting with Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan. Putin reinforced Moscow's support for Turkey in the BRICS bloc. Now, speaking ahead of the meeting, this took place on the sidelines of the BRICS Plus Foreign Ministers meeting. Putin expressed support for closer ties between Turkey and the BRICS bloc.
What if I told you a NATO member was applying to join a bloc designed to counterbalance the very West it belongs to? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, brace yourselves because that's exactly what's happening. Turkey, a crucial member of NATO, is now seeking full membership in BRICS, the very coalition that openly challenges Western hegemony. Yes, you heard that right. The country that has anchored itself in Western alliances for decades is making a bold move that could send shockwaves through the global geopolitical landscape. So what's driving this unprecedented pivot? Why is Turkey ready to turn its back on traditional alliances and cozy up to powers like Russia and China? We're diving deep into this controversial decision, unpacking its significance, and exploring what this means for the balance of power in the world today. Stay with us till the end because you won't want to miss this.
We welcome Turkey's interest in the work of BRICS. We will certainly support in every possible way this intention and desire to be together with the countries of this association, to be closer together, to solve common problems.
Putin pushed for more thorough and dense interaction of the BRICS countries. He said this was essential to effectively adjusting their actions in the international arena in terms of ensuring both security and economic interaction. The BRICS bloc, which was originally made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, now has Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, Saudi Arabia and the UAE as part of the bloc. They joined in January. Turkey is now keen on becoming a part of this bloc. On the other hand, NATO member Turkey has come under fire by its Western allies over its ties with Russia in recent years, with some saying that its axis was shifting away from the Western military alliance. Ankara has rejected this, saying it remains a committed member of the NATO alliance and maintains its goal of full membership of the European Union.
Turkey's radical bid to join BRICS a slap in NATO's face. Let's start with the obvious question: why was Turkey a key NATO member since 1952? Be eager to join BRICS, a bloc that explicitly aims to challenge Western dominance. The BRICS alliance, originally founded in 2006 by Brazil, Russia, India, and China, with South Africa joining in 2010, has always presented itself as a counterforce to Western-led organizations like NATO, the UN, and the International Monetary Fund (IMF). Their primary goal is to amplify the voice of emerging economies that feel marginalized by the current global order. Now, adding Turkey to that mix isn't just controversial, it's downright provocative. For decades, Turkey has played a balancing act between East and West, using its geographical and political position to exert influence across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. But in recent years, under the leadership of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the nation has been growing increasingly frustrated with its Western partners, particularly the European Union. Turkey started formal talks to join the European Union in 2005, but those negotiations have ground to a halt. Concerns over Turkey's backsliding on democracy under Erdogan's administration, disputes over Cyprus, and a whole range of other issues have left Turkey feeling jilted by the West. The EU's cold shoulder, paired with NATO's growing reliance on Turkey's strategic military role, has given Erdogan leverage, and he's ready to use it. Just last week, Erdogan dropped a bombshell statement: Turkey should simultaneously develop relations with both the East and the West. And while that may sound neutral, it's anything but. Erdogan is clearly signaling that Turkey is prepared to forge new alliances if its traditional Western partners won't meet its expectations. This brings us to BRICS. Turkey's BRICS application. The Kremlin confirms what the West fears. The Kremlin has confirmed that Turkey has officially submitted an application to join BRICS, and it's going to be considered. Yes, the same BRICS chaired this year by none other than Russia, one of NATO's most significant adversaries. Yuri Yushakov, President Vladimir Putin's foreign affairs aide, confirmed Turkey's application. And while Turkish officials have remained somewhat tight-lipped, there's no denying the weight of this move. Let's not forget the context here. The BRICS bloc is expanding rapidly. Recently, countries like Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the United Arab Emirates have joined its ranks, and more nations like Saudi Arabia, Azerbaijan, and Malaysia are also considering membership. By aligning itself with this growing coalition of emerging powers, Turkey is clearly making a statement, one that won't be easy for its NATO allies to swallow. Putin has already welcomed Turkey's interest, with his spokesman Dmitry Peskov reiterating that Moscow will support this aspiration and desire to be together with the countries of this alliance, to be together closer, to solve common problems. It doesn't take a geopolitical expert to read between the lines. Turkey's BRICS application is about more than economic collaboration. It's about positioning itself as a major player in the shifting global power structure and distancing itself from the Western dominance that BRICS seeks to challenge. Is NATO's East-West divide growing? Turkey's potential membership in BRICS raises serious questions about its future in NATO. Turkey has been a cornerstone of the military alliance for decades, given its strategic location and its powerful military presence. But NATO has long been wary of Erdogan's authoritarian tendencies, his close ties with Russia, and Turkey's sporadic clashes with other NATO members, especially Greece and Cyprus. If Turkey is serious about joining BRICS, it could be seen as a betrayal of NATO's core values rooted in democratic governance, human rights, and collective security. And yet NATO needs Turkey as much as Turkey needs NATO, if not more. The alliance can't afford to alienate one of its most strategically placed members, especially at a time when tensions with Russia are at an all-time high. That brings us to an even bigger question. Can Turkey continue to straddle both worlds, maintaining its NATO membership while also joining BRICS? Or will Erdogan's ambition for a more independent, non-aligned foreign policy ultimately force him to choose sides? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. Erdogan's game of geopolitical brinkmanship is pushing Turkey into uncharted waters. Turkey's relationship with the West at a breaking point. Turkey's move towards BRICS is also a direct reflection of its frustration with the West, particularly the European Union. For years, Turkey has felt sidelined by the EU, even as it plays a critical role in regional security and migration control. The stalled EU membership talks are a sore point for Erdogan, who sees Turkey as a major regional power deserving of more respect and influence on the global stage.
We don't have to choose between the European Union and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. On the contrary, we have to develop our relations with both this and other organizations on a win-win basis. While strengthening our relations with the East, we seek ways to advance our deep-rooted cooperation with the West.
At the end of August, for the first time in a long time, Turkey's foreign minister was invited to an informal meeting of foreign ministers in Brussels. He stated that Turkey's strategic goal is to join the EU, and when a few days later the media reported that Turkey has applied to BRICS, Brussels noted that within the framework of the EU accession process, the candidate countries should harmonize their foreign policy with Europe. Turkey has the right to choose which international political alliances to join, but Ankara must respect the values of the European Union. The BRICS alliance was founded in 2006. In 2024, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa will be joined by Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Ethiopia, and Egypt. Saudi Arabia and Malaysia are also considering joining. Azerbaijan has already submitted an official application. Argentina has refused to join BRICS. President Javier Milei said that, quote, "I will not deal with communists." Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Christina Dombrovska, UATV.
By seeking to join BRICS, Erdogan is sending a clear message. If the West won't give Turkey the recognition and influence it seeks, then it's willing to find new partners elsewhere. And BRICS, with its anti-Western rhetoric and focus on empowering emerging economies, provides the perfect alternative.
I think NATO and its member states and other European institutions do suffer from charges of double standards or hypocrisy when it comes to universalizing their mission. And the feeling in many parts of the global south is that those standards only apply when European security or NATO interests are at stake, but are conveniently set aside when other countries share similar concerns about things happening in their regions and their countries.
BRICS also offers Turkey the opportunity to diversify its foreign relations at a time when its relationship with the West is increasingly strained. By aligning itself with countries like Russia and China, both of which are at odds with the West, Turkey can hedge its bets, ensuring that it remains a global player no matter what happens with its Western alliances. Turkey's application to join BRICS is a bold, controversial move that has the potential to reshape the geopolitical landscape. It highlights Erdogan's determination to carve out a more independent foreign policy and demonstrates just how frustrated Turkey has become with its traditional Western partners. As BRICS continues to expand and challenge the Western-dominated global order, Turkey's entry into the bloc could mark a turning point in the East-West divide. So where does this leave NATO, the European Union, and the broader global order? Can Turkey continue to walk this fine line between East and West? Or will it be forced to make a choice? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Stay tuned, because the geopolitical chessboard is shifting fast and Turkey's next move could change everything. If you want to keep up with these major developments and understand how they could impact the world as we know it, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our in-depth analyses on this topic and more.